Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at some fun stuff. No gameplay and no vehicles per se, no vehicle review type thing, gameplay. But we're going to be looking at, as you saw from the title, some a pretty cool new event that is coming to War Thunder as of 10 a.m. And that was 10 a.m. Eastern Time today. And it goes for 19 days. We have not had an event yet called not. We have not had an event yet for naval ships and all that good stuff. We've had over Christmas. We had the what was it called? It says down here, Festive Adventures. You know, the one for getting the T-30 and the Su-85A. And then there was the Special Focke-Wulf, and then there was that German plane. There was we had those events for aircraft and tanks. I was bummed to miss out on those, but you know I'm gonna be busy over Christmas. Always, good family and all that. So we have, you know, I'm always gonna kind of be busy over Christmas, but. So I always miss out on those. But this one I'm hoping to get into. We're gonna go over some of the stuff that you can get in this, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit about kind of lineups and what I'm gonna do to hopefully get some of the cool prizes from this event. So I'll link this down in the description. This is just the War Thunder. Even if you just go on War Thunder officially, you should see it probably on the top there. It's the event that's going on right now. If you couldn't tell, it's called Sea Voyage. As you can see, we have a Leningrad class destroyer and PBM-3 Mariner, which you'll see down here. So the time is going to be this time here, which is respectively 10 o'clock Eastern Time and 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And I believe that was, it's like 18 or 19 days, you know, because it's like half days ish. So, but like 18 full days, I believe. So here's the two big prizes, which will be the PBM-3 Mariner, rank 2 American aircraft. This is kind of like an upgrade from the PBOI Catalina. This is, in real life, I believe it was also an upgrade from that, which is what kind of came after. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Correct me if I say anything wrong in here. I want to know, because I'm learning stuff from this too. So you guys correct me, and it'll help me as well as everybody else watching the video. So this is a destroyer, a Leningrad class destroyer, which is the flagship. So Leningrad of that class. This is the big prize for 8 marks of distinction, which we'll get to in a minute what those are. But this is the big prize for the event. It's a premium. These are both premiums, and this is Russian American. Just clarifying. So you also get this cool profile icon and different nose art decals here. All like fish, shark type things for, you know, Navy. So these are the order prizes. You get for 2 marks of distinction, you get the profile icon. So that would be, there we go, like that right there. So then you get the different nose art things, and your first, I'll tell you guys can look for yourself, but I'll tell you guys the two big things are 4 and 8 marks of distinction, which would be the Mariner first and then the destroyer. And so marks of distinction, so they last every 48 hours, and then they're changed. They're not changed, but they're like reset, so you can get a new one, if that makes sense, if you haven't already got it. Task to receive it is 25,000 cumulative damage right here. When 10 times in naval battles, 50% or higher activity. Capture 15 zones, destroy 5 enemies using torpedoes, sink 5 enemy ships with destroyers, or sink 5 enemy destroyers or cruisers in any combination, whilst controlling aircraft or naval vessels in multiple battles. Naval, of course. So, these are all the different, so you just have to complete 5 of these, 3 of these, 3 of 5 in order to get, it, and then wait for it to reset and move on to your next one. You can also, of course, purchase all these for GE. I'm not sure. I think they're probably like all the other events. Probably that since there's few of them here, so like so they're probably like 900 to 1,000 GE per. That's my just estimate. We'll see. I'll see what they look like. Anyway, then terms and conditions, of course, all that comments. So this is pretty cool. Pretty cool rewards. I'm really excited about this martyr, which is probably what I'll be going for because I know for sure I'm not going to have time and won't be able to get 8 marks of distinction. I'm going to be busy enough just trying to get 4. We can see if I can at least get 2. But I may not even get the martyr. We'll see. I have 2 weeks, but I'm going to be quite busy, as I always am. So I'll be trying, but the 2-day limit per, kind of that kind of throws me off a little bit. Might throw me off not being able to completely get them. But for getting them, for Russian, I would say use a. This is a good, for me, I find this to be a really solid 2.3 lineup. Now, as you can see here, I'll explain why I'm not researching this anymore. Anyway, 2.3 I would do, you can see you got all this good stuff here. This is what I'm using as somebody who only has 8 hours-ish in naval battles, which would be these here. And I would probably go back to 2.0, but the Act 2 is an incredible aircraft, and so it is definitely also incredible in naval. I'll get to that in a minute, but you guys can see what ships I have there. Starting from the right side here, I have the G5, which this is my fast torpedo capping zones ship and motor torpedo boat. It's like people like to call it the on-water submarine, the submarine that doesn't sub. It kind of looks like a submarine, but it's a motor torpedo boat. And I believe it's the smallest ship in the game. It's actually a decent sized boat in real life, but in the game, that's a small boat. You have 2 torpedoes, and you have 50 cal. That cannot shoot straight forward. There's a dead zone from, as you can see, where it's facing there to about the same, the other side, to more this side. That way. So you just have to angle it, but it is extremely maneuverable. And I really like it for its maneuverability. It's a big one. You can get in and cap zones. And it's so small you can hide in places. Since I, of course, play RB, you can hide on edges of rocks and shadows and all that. It's pretty fun. I've had a lot of fun battles in it. I don't know if I'll be playing as fun, necessarily, games for the event. More is just kind of trying to do certain things. But in just normal battles, I have a lot of fun with this. Then I have these 2. Actually, all other 3 of the ships in this lineup are going to be my damage dealing ships for killing stuff and hopefully getting that 50% activity. This got an 85 that reloads in like 5 or 6 seconds. This has a almost automatic 75. This is fully, as you can see, I don't even have a very high crew of 5. I don't have high crews, period. I think my highest one is like 18. But this is probably my favorite because it reloads in like 3.5 to 4 seconds, and it does have proximity. So you can actually, I've shot down multiple aircraft with this round. It's a distance fuse, proximity shell. So once it gets close enough to the thing, it's going to explode. Not for ships because it won't hurt the ships really, but for aircraft, it rips them apart. If anybody's heard of the automatic, yeah. So then or automatic, the Italian, you know what I'm talking about. So it does have this round, and it shoots fast enough. You have to aim. I mean, it's not like an automatic gun, but it does 3.5 to 4 seconds. You can aim and normally take out aircraft pretty reliably. Plus, you have 3. Actually, a while ago, it was 5 back here, and then literally right before I got it, because I was like so excited, finally I have this back deck full of anti-air, and then like this strong front gun. Then they reduced it to 3, which was really annoying. There was one right here and right here, so across from this guy, and so 2, 4, and then 1 back here. It does have depth charges, but we don't have submarines yet, so they're pretty useless. It's got also depth charge mortars here. It's decently maneuverable. It's not too big. This is probably my favorite ship in the lineup, just because this one does actually have armor, so it's a pretty good ship. But the T-34 turrets, I feel like, aren't as accurate as the that open air turret. Somehow this one just feels accurate. Maybe I'm more used to it because this is my newer ship. But yeah. And then the aircraft I'm using in this is the Act 2 with it has two 20 mils and two 7.62s. It's got pretty good amount. It's got 150 rounds per 20 mil, so you actually can do pretty well with that. It lasts you a bit. You're gonna knock out mostly a lot of other aircraft. You can outturn a 109, as you can see, not with bombs, but actually, well, some you can with bombs, but like the first 109s are like I think 20 seconds, or they're not much farther. Anyway, it does have a very good turn time, and it's super maneuverable. That's why people like it. It's very effective. It can also get 4 100-kilogram bombs. So for Americans, it's like, correct me down below. I think it's between 200 and 250 kilograms, pounds, excuse me. So that's my lineup for Russia, but I'm going to be trying, because I want to get the Mariner, and if I get it, I can only play it with Americans. So I'm going to be trying a bit of American, trying to get at least probably 2.0. I don't know what BR the Mariner is, but I'm going to guess 2.3 to 2.7. So I'm going to be trying to get a one. As you can see here, I already have my 1.7 mile lineup would be this, and then 2.0 following, at not that, but 2.3 would probably be these three. Anyway, the Americans are really good because all these have torpedoes, so you can complete it with torpedoes. They got, as you can see, look at all the, that's armed to the teeth right there. At 2.7, you have, yeah, you have a lot. You got a Bofors back here. You have a 37 right here. These are all automatic guns, of course. You have a 20 mil, and then you have a double 50 caliber turret, and then you have 4 torpedoes. So this is a pretty good boat. Great for the event. If you guys have it, I would recommend American or British for the event, because you get all these pretty armed ships, but they have torpedoes, which is really important because that's getting you one of 3 to get your market distinction. Then you only have to. The 25,000 damage is not too hard if you play, 10 or 12 matches a day, and 15 zones. Just keep capping the zones in those 10 or 12 matches, and you should be able to do it. And win 10 times. That could be difficult sometimes, but I'm pretty sure that's not too hard either. But that makes it so you don't have to complete these 3, you just have to complete 2. 5, if you know how to use your torpedoes, which I don't, but some people do, and it takes a little bit to master, which I'm trying to, that's going to be, I feel like that's the most important one to get there because the other ones seem easier. And this one actually is the easiest. So if you can get rid of this one, the bonus is that you're going to get damage because you killed the ships, but you're also going to be able to cap zones in these quick motor torpedo boats while shooting your torpedoes. Anyway, I think you guys get it by now. But so that's, I would suggest American or British, but if you're like me and you went with USSR because that's the highest, that or German because that's the highest you have in aircraft, I'm not going to talk about German just because I'm not a good expert. I'm not going to try to because I haven't really done much research on it. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get ready because I've been busy, and then of course trying to get going in this event. So, but I'm just showing you guys real quick here for today's video. Again, I'll link this down below. So it's the event Sea Voyage. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.